Raise your hand if you're an overthinker. Actually, I'm more of a former one these days, but I used to overthink everything. When I would say, what I would wear, what I would do, could I go here? Should I go there? What about this? Oh my goodness, how do I do that? Like, I remember being in high school and trying to apply for university. I had no idea what I wanted to take, what I wanted to study, where I wanted to go. So many things. Like, what am I going to do? Like, I mean, it's a big decision, don't get me wrong, but like I hadn't a clue and I didn't know where to start. And so then it's asking everybody, where are you going? What are you going to take? What should you, right? I eventually figured it out on my own. The university that I went to, someone from it came to our school to do a presentation. They were talking. I'd always had an interest in psychology. They talked about their program there, and I was like, oh, okay, this fits. But like before that, I was just like, well, what if I went there and what if this didn't work? And I thought about, and I applied to a school that would have meant I'd have to live in residence. And I overthought that too. What if like I didn't make any friends? What is it? I ended up going to the university that I went to because the programs there were better aligned. Don't get me wrong. I made the decision based on what was best for me. But a big part of it was that I could still live at home. So there's that comfort piece. But like I overthought everything. Everything. I'm recording these videos and I'm recording, done a few already. We'll do a few more, all in the same sweater. All in the same sweater, same hair, same day. I mean, turn off one, stop one recording and start the next, right? But like, there would have been a time when I've been like, ooh, should I change my sweater? What if we were gonna be like, they're gonna notice that she's wearing the same thing in all of her videos? And maybe that's not a good thing. I know a lot of people talk about changing their shirts in between videos. Maybe I should do that too. Is that something I should do? Like, are people gonna judge? Like, it's a sweater. It's a sweater. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You care that I'm wearing the same sweater. I mean, maybe you do, but like most people don't. But I would overthink everything. And it took a lot of work and paying attention to my thoughts through meditating to realize, like, oh my goodness, I'm making this mountain into a molehill. Nope, that's wrong. I'm making mountains out of molehills. But like, I'm not even going to overthink that mistake and I'm going to leave it in. But like, and I say like a lot. I'm saying like a lot. I'm going to leave that in too. Not overthinking the little mistakes I make in the video. For the girl who would have overthought everything, that's a huge turning point. They notice when thoughts and judgments arise. And thoughts are just thoughts. They're not facts. I don't have to believe them. I can notice when they're coming and when they're showing up, and then I can let them go. Thoughts are like leaves floating down a stream. Just float on past, which is what I help you to do inside the mindfulness journey and learning how to sit with thoughts. So doing meditations, being with our thoughts. So noticing right now, just take a moment. We're going to just notice thoughts for a few minutes. So taking a moment to just sit where you are and to breathe in and out. Just to center into this meditation and into this practice. But we're going to move our attention to our thoughts. So noticing them like leaves floating past in the stream, like clouds floating past in the sky, right? So one thought and then another. We're not up in the sky with the clouds. We're not in the stream picking at the leaves. Let me look at this leaf. No, the leaves are floating past and we're sitting on the bank, just noticing them. One leaf and then another, just passing by. And maybe a leaf floats past and really catches your attention. You're like, oh, look at this leaf, right? And you notice that like, oh, I've been paying attention to this leaf for a few minutes. Uh-oh, That's fine. Just put it back and let it drift on past, right? Noticing thoughts, noticing judgments, noticing distractions, not judging yourself when they happen, just noticing. Continuing to be with thoughts, right? Distractions happen, come back to being with your thoughts. One thought and then another. Not actively attaching to thoughts or pushing them away, sitting alongside them. You're on the bank and they're floating past in the stream in front of you. And continuing to be with thoughts in this way for just a few more breaths. And breathing in and breathing out, and slowly and gently you can open your eyes and come back to the space. That was 2 minutes of being with thoughts. I usually do it longer. I wanted to give you a taste of what meditating and being with our thoughts in this way and meditating with me was like. Right? Being with thoughts in this way is a whole new way of being. I lived inside my head. It was my home, my safe place, but it wasn't until I got onto the other side through mindfulness, I realized it was also a prison. Because I spent so much time overthinking things, I was locked in this prison of thought and overthinking the thought. And what if I say this? What if I do this? And what happens if this happens? And then what if that, right? All that overthinking meant that like I missed my moments of my life. I was too busy thinking about, should I say this thing? What's someone going to say or think if I say it, that I missed that moment of the conversation and I missed saying the thing. Missed things because I was too busy in my head overthinking. So learning how, through doing a longer version of that meditation and doing it regularly, it helps you learn how to get out of your head and to be in your life and in this moment. Oh, even just that 2 minutes, you might have noticed a shift and like, oh, this feels different. I can be with my thoughts. I don't have to attach to them. We never want to attach to our thoughts. We're not our thoughts. Thoughts are just thoughts. They're not facts. And so noticing what's something you overthink. I overthink mostly stuff with my business, the mindfulness journey. Should I do this? Is this a good time for this? What about this? Right? I'm launching a course this year. Actually, by the time you're watching this video, I probably have already launched it. From overwhelm to ease. Is this a good time for this? You know, I just had neurosurgery. I'm recording these videos and showing up on YouTube with it. Is now a good time? Should I be taking a break? Should I be resting more? Do people really want to see my videos when I'm like this? You know, maybe now's not the good, right? That, oh my goodness. I don't actually overthink it that much, but that's an example of overthinking. And like pretending to overthink so easily leads you into actually overthinking. Until like that mindfulness, I can't snap my fingers, until mindfulness clicks in and you're like, oh wait, like this is just an example and I'm already overthinking this thing. And then we breathe and we come back to this moment. So why do we overthink? Like I basically have described what overthinking is, demonstrated it just a little, but why do we do it? We do it because we're nervous. We do it because an emotion has shown up. There's always an emotion behind some of these things. Why am I overthinking this thing? Because I'm nervous. This scares me. This is new. Never done this before. This is outside of my comfort zone. How can I do it? Right? If it's something that's big, of worry, a doubt, a fear, or something that's new and it's making you nervous, you will most likely overthink it because it feels protected. If I plan out all the ways this could go horribly, then I'll be okay because I can cope, because I've already figured it out, right? I already know all the ways this can go bad. And I've spent a lot of time overthinking this, so I've got it. I know all the possibilities, except we don't actually. Life throws us some curveballs. I did not see this surgery coming. I mean, I knew it was a possibility, but like, I knew it was a possibility, but I woke up in the morning and was like, oh, I need to go to the emergency room. I'm probably having surgery. And sure enough, I did. But I didn't know really until then. But I could have spent like the year before the surgery thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have the surgery and then it's gonna go like this is gonna happen, this is how it's gonna be. That's not how life works. We can mentally plan things as much as we like, but that doesn't guarantee that that's how it's going to flow. I wouldn't have thought that I would be teaching my program From Overwhelmed to Ease right now, to be doing these YouTube videos post-surgery. I'm teaching webinars this year on how to create a sustainable business without letting imposter syndrome take over, because I'm kind of an expert on sustainable business practices after, running a business with a brain injury and post-neurosurgery. But I could have overthought it so many times. And I started to, and I sat and I was like, is this a good time? But, I meditate and I teach meditations and was like, this feels right. This feels like now's the time to be doing this kind of stuff because I don't know what's coming next. I mean, more surgery, but when, no idea. I'm recording this in February. By the time it's airing, maybe I've even had maybe I've even started that surgery journey. Who knows? But I'm not worried about it because it'll happen when it happens. And right now, the only thing I need to think about is this video, not even the next one, or the one that I just recorded. This one, this moment. And oh my goodness, how easy does that make whatever we're facing if we're just dealing with it when it shows up? So not spending all day, every day thinking and overthinking and thinking again and second guessing and going back and should I do it, right? Nope, none of that. What's here in this moment is the only concern that I have, and that's what I'm going to work with. And one of the things I kind of touched on it when I mentioned my webinar was helping new entrepreneurs to take more decisive action in their business because of this overthinking. I've seen so many people, and I've done it myself, so it's not a judgment, but posting in Facebook groups, asking about like whatever. There was one day, and a woman had written into a Facebook group, and she had asked what everybody was wearing. Like, she's going to be working from home, so she asked what everybody else, what do you wear to work from home? I'm going to be working from home. What should I be wearing when I work from home? I mean, we're 2 years into this pandemic, and she's asking like what to wear to work from home. She didn't know, right? Something new. She'd never met this moment before. That's when overthinking shows up, when you are facing a moment you've never met before. So she didn't know what to do, so she asked for help, which is great. But we get so much opinions and advice and thoughts, and then it's like, well, now I've got all these options, and how do I go forward? And it's asking what to wear to work from home. Like when I read that question, I'll be honest, my heart broke a little. That she had no idea of who she was and how to be, that she didn't know what to wear to work from home. Which is something that kind of doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what she wears. She could wear whatever she wants. But she was like, I've never met this moment before, so I'm going to ask people who've been in it so they can give me some reassurance because I don't trust in myself. I mean, I might. Now, I don't know that this is what she was thinking because we're not mind readers, but this sense of like, I don't know what to do in this moment, so I'm going to seek the reassurances from somebody else. I say that because as much as like my heart broke a little reading it, I knew this woman. I've been this woman. Hey, we're going to this thing on Friday night. What are you going to wear? Right? Oh, you're going to wear pants and a shirt? Yeah, me too. Oh, we're doing this. Oh yeah, what are you going to like? I would ask and overthink everything. I couldn't plan my outfit for a night out with my friends until I knew what they were wearing. I mean, if we did the same thing over and over again, I wouldn't ask every time. But like if it was something new, or if it was something fancier, or we're going to a different place, what are you going to wear so that I can dress the same? I don't do that anymore. I just wear what I want to wear. To say that, like the flip side of it, of I used to try to fit in and to dress exactly like everybody else so that I wouldn't stand out, right? Because this is my shy anxiety wanting to hide. I stopped overthinking what people might think about me and what I'm wearing, and I would just get dressed. I was meeting a friend at an event. I was outside waiting for her, and she was coming to meet me. She walked right past me. She sent me a text, and she's like, "Hey, what are you wearing tonight?" Because she had just dressed for herself, and she started to get nervous and uncomfortable because she had seen this woman outside, like that she'd walked past, who was wearing a sequin blazer and over the knee boots. And so she was like, "Oh, am I dressed wrong for this event?" Yeah, that woman in the sequin blazer and the over the knee boots, was me. That was me that she'd walked past in that like bright, sparkly outfit. The woman who used to hide, I wore a lot of black. Didn't want anyone to see me, is now like in the sparkliest outfit because I stopped overthinking because nobody cares. Nobody cares. You don't care what I'm wearing. You don't care that I'm wearing this pink sweater with a pink skirt on a Sunday recording a bunch of videos. You don't care. And I realized that I don't need to worry about what somebody else might think. One of my favorite TV shows is Schitt's Creek. There's an episode where David goes to get his driver's license, and Alexis is trying to calm him down. She tells him, "Nobody's thinking about you the way that you think they're thinking about you." And that is so true. But we think everybody's judging me. Everybody's saying, "Oh, she shouldn't be wearing that. Why is she wearing this?" Nobody cares. We're all so consumed with our own thoughts and our own lives and overthinking everything that we're doing. We don't have the time, the space, the energy to overthink or to think that much about you. And even if we are, even if someone is judging me for what I'm wearing right now, I will never see them again. And like, how would I know that they're judging me? I might think that they are, but I don't know it. So don't have to attach to those thoughts. That is why we can just learn how to let go of overthinking. We did that little bit of a meditation. I talked about like what is overthinking. I give a few examples of it. And I said like it happens because it feels protective, right? I cope ahead by planning all the worst case scenarios. Now I've got this and I can manage my way through it. And it happens when we're faced with a moment we've never faced before. So mindfulness helps us to learn how to be in the moment, regardless of what the moment is. I might start off with a moment being like, "I've never been here before. What do I do?" And then we breathe our way through it. And we realize that by coming back to this moment, to the present over and over again, we can navigate our way through whatever we're facing. There are thoughts and worries about this moment that make it tough and challenging. When we stop overthinking it, we can be in it and we can move our way through. And I talk a lot about thoughts in all of my videos because, as I always say, I'm helping you learn how to get out of your head to get into your life, to learn how to stop overthinking and to just be and to just breathe. So I've talked about in this video, plus other videos, and I will continue to talk about this kind of stuff in all of my YouTube videos because the more we learn how to stop overthinking, to just be with our thoughts, the easier it is to manage whatever we're facing. As I said, I will continue to talk about it in my videos. I invite you to subscribe to this channel, to like my videos so you can be notified when my next video shows up. Until then, take care and be well. Bye.